Today I felt we discuss about the things that we've been covering. I know there have been a topic under midnight hour, and then we were taught about the warfare, and last Sunday we also learned about the secrets of war, isn't it? And I was just thinking to myself that sometimes we talk about some things, but we don't visualize on how they are, how they display themselves. Because if somebody is to ask you, can you visualize a situation where you are in a war, that is, you are in the battlefield, like you are fighting, you are one of the soldiers. These are the things that we have to ask ourselves at such a time, because we have been through a journey, and the journey has been preparing us for this, isn't it? For example, if somebody is to ask you what are the characteristics of a soldier, because in a battlefield or in war, it involves soldiers, isn't it? You cannot be in the battlefield if you are not a soldier. Sometimes we say we are a soldier in the army of the Lord, isn't it? But sometimes we don't understand maybe the implication of such statements, what it entails for you to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. And right now we are learning about the warfare. We are learning about spiritual warfare. And in this case, we are also learning the effects of war, isn't it? Because we have three categories of people who are involved in such an environment. One, we have the army that is fighting, isn't it? And then we have another army which is from the opposite side, which is fighting. And then something surprising, in such a place again we have people who are not aware of what is happening, isn't it? So if, let's say, things are happening, and I've seen it even when we read through the history in cases of war, we have seen these things happening, displaying themselves. So you see an army trying to fight another army, and these are soldiers prepared for it. And then we have people who are not aware of what is happening. But when you look at the soldiers who are fighting, these are people who have been trained, isn't it? You cannot go to the battlefield if you are not trained. You have to undergo some training, and always it's like you are preparing for such a time, because that is now your moment to show the skills of your training. So in spiritual warfare, these are things which involve the invisible. This is invisible war, isn't it? It is a fight that is not so much in the physical, but the effects can be felt in our physical environment, isn't it? For example, even at the current status, we are having the corona crisis. People are fighting. We have doctors who are trying to get a vaccine. We are being told to wear masks, to sanitize, and to wash our hands, isn't it? But we are fighting something we don't know. If somebody asks you to show him or her a person who has corona, nobody here can show, isn't it? Because these people cannot display that they have corona. This is something which is invisible. It will only reflect itself in the results. So what are the things that as a Christian we need to have at such a moment? We have learned a lot, and I know we have so much that we have covered on the requirements. But we have two which we are not supposed to forget. One is about maturity, isn't it? Because you cannot be in the battlefield if you are not trained enough. Like if a war breaks out, they will not take recruits to the battlefield, isn't it? And that is why in such an environment, in a spiritual environment, if the spiritual war has broken out, it is demanding you to be mature, isn't it? And we know what Ephesians has taught us, that we are supposed to undergo a lot of training for us to mature to this level, isn't it? And somebody who is mature is somebody we can define as somebody who is very close to the divine initiatives, isn't it? Who is so close to God. This is somebody, you take an example of people like Abraham, people like Moses, with their humility, people like Jesus Christ even himself, until when the battle is too much, he will say, this is not my will. You know, if it is my will, then I will not even accept to be in this condition, isn't it? So are we ready to be in such a status? And I know through the training that we have been undergoing, majority of us are. Because this is now something which calls you, it requires you to mature. And the other thing is about the community orders, the things that you've put in place, isn't it? Because as you grow up, you are being trained, isn't it? Even the things that we put in place in our families, these are things that helps us undergo situations like this. If assuming that we had not covered something like what we've been learning, I don't know what majority of us will be saying, isn't it? Because we don't know. And this is now, this happens to now the third category of people I was mentioning initially, that these are people, when the war breaks out, they don't know what to do, they even don't know what is happening. These are people who end up even dying without knowing what is happening. But for us who are knowledgeable in the things of God, we are supposed to know. Because we see the signs, isn't it? We are being told what happens when the end time nears. And these are some of the things that are not getting us by surprise. Even when we undergo this current crisis, it should not take us by surprise, because we are expecting even worse, isn't it? Worse things. We are told of earthquakes, we are told of diseases, we are told of persecutions. You know, these are things which go with the spiritual issues, the spiritual war, isn't it? Now, at the end, somebody who is mature, at the end, he has three things in him, because he says that this battle or this life does not belong to himself, isn't it? This battle belongs to the Lord. And when you look at now an example like Job, when we go to Job from verse 1, 13 to chapter 1, verse 13 to 22, it talks of the things that were happening in the life of Job when he was undergoing also a tribulation like this one that we are talking about. And there is a place like verse 16, it talks of a servant coming to him and saying that he saw the fire of God falling. You know, it's like you are going through issues, and then somebody comes and tells you it is God who is allowing these things to come to your life. Now, if you are not mature, what do you say? So you'll run away or you'll even backslide, isn't it? But if you are strong enough, you'll act like Job. Job was just taking in. You can imagine you are a human being. Things are being reported. They say your children have died. Your animals have also died, isn't it? Things have happened. And then you end up also having the sickness that you have not, that you are not expecting. These are things which can make you even collapse, isn't it? But Job in the end, he uttered just some few words. He said, actually he worshipped God. He said, even out of all these things, I have to worship God because these things are happening to fulfill something that God himself knows, isn't it? And he said that he came to this world with nothing, isn't it? He said, I came with nothing and I'll go with nothing. You know, sometimes such a statement comes from somebody who is so mature. Sometimes, you know, when things happen to us, we think, now what will happen to my children? When you are going through tribulations, you start thinking about the people that are under you or something that you are doing. If you have a car, you start thinking, now what will happen to my car, But this is a point where you are not supposed to even think of anything, because all these things belong to God. And these things are happening because God has allowed, isn't it? And even right now, it is not that God doesn't know what is happening. He knows. He knows what we are going through, and He knows what you are thinking. He even knows the future, what is going to happen to you if the current situation continues, isn't it? Because this thing is so scary. Sometimes you are told that so and so has died. Another day you are told, even some of these people are so close to you, isn't it? And you are told now don't go to work. Maybe your work entails meeting people. You even don't know how to behave. But we know that God is with us, isn't it? And if you are mature enough, then we have to talk like Job. We say we came to this world naked, we will go naked. And everything that we are doing belongs to God. Us, we have to continue with the journey. Where God will now want us to join Him, then that is the point that we allow ourselves to belong, isn't it? And then we have also learned that in all this, Job never sinned. When you are going through things, like I was sharing it somewhere yesterday, some people go through things until they start asking themselves, where is God? If you are mature enough, can you ask yourself that question? It is not good to ask yourself, where is God, isn't it? Because you know that is a statement which comes when you are immature. But when you are mature enough, you know even whatever happens to you, even if you die, the way Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, they were being thrown to the fire, isn't it? But they say we don't care what will happen. You cannot ask yourself, where is God when you are in tribulations? You are being called upon to act as a real soldier, isn't it? And to finish your race. And there is another song that was done by Reno Kinoli. He said, when you are going through fire, you don't stop. You continue doing what you can do as long as you are still conscious, isn't it? Now that is the stature of a mature Christian. When you are going through issues, you don't stop somewhere to start complaining or blaming. You just continue in your issues, and you continue doing what is supposed to be right until you go through the crisis, isn't it? You are supposed to pursue in front. It's like you are in the battlefield. You have seen one of your soldiers has fallen from the bullet, isn't it? You are not supposed to lose track or to lose concentration. You are supposed to continue fighting to help the other soldiers who have not fallen to fight for victory, isn't it? And this is what is required. Then the other thing is, we know that it is God who gives and it is Him who takes. So even the duration that we will take in the battle, He knows, because everything belongs to Him. And then another thing, we are supposed to be wary of voices when you are going through tribulations, because voices will come. One will tell you now, why are you persevering in such a condition instead of doing this so that you get your salvation, isn't it? But you have to make sure that you follow the right voice, the voice of God. Because you look at even Job, when he was going through that, there are so many voices which came from friends, even from the wife, isn't it? But he decided to follow the right voice. So when you are going through tribulations, make sure that you are not alone, and also try to avoid bad companies. You make sure that you are walking. It is better you have lean group or lean people who are few, who really can give you the correct encouragement, isn't it? Because God will provide such people. When you are going through issues, don't isolate yourself, in short. Because when you isolate yourself, it will be very dangerous. You can decide to do something which is not advisable, isn't it? We have seen people even committing suicide because things are so much, isn't it? And then the other thing is, remember, that the devil is after our spirit, isn't it? So that we can miss our salvation. You know, in spiritual warfare, the devil is not having any other intention but to make sure that we don't get the salvation that we are looking for. And that is what he was looking after from the life of Job. Even Jesus, he tried to get it from his life, but he failed, isn't it? Because they were very resilient. But in the book of Isaiah 3:10, he tells us that if you are righteous, then it shall be well with you, as you will overcome. Because at the end, it will depend with your status, isn't it? If you are righteous, you will overcome. It will be well with you. And the word of God tells us, as of now, when we are in such a situation, God will only allow if he knows that you are well equipped, isn't it? You know, God cannot allow things if he knows his people are not equipped. And in a crisis like this, he knows that the saints are equipped, isn't it? And that is what Woodruff was telling us even last Sunday. He knows that the journey that we have walked, already the saints are equipped. And that is why he has allowed us to go through such a period. And we have the right weapons for the battle. We have the right weapons for the battle. Because the battle is not ours. It belongs to the Lord. And I think that is, according to me, the way we are supposed to look at it. Because this is something that comes now, and we don't know even how many battles. We don't know the measure. Because God tells us the end will come. We don't know how many battles are there for us to fight, isn't it? And we don't know when will be our time, isn't it? Because all belongs to God.